Hey everybody, Reverend David Essel here, all faith minister, welcoming all believers, all non-believers, everyone in the world, as a matter of fact, just welcoming you here. Today we're going to talk about the power of prayer. Do you need a prayer right now? Or do you know someone that does? Are you facing a struggle financially or health-wise, career-wise, in relationship with your own self of your spiritual or religious path? Is there some kind of a struggle that you're facing and you would love to know that you can pray for yourself or there's other people praying for you? Did you know the power of prayer and how amazing it is? If you've studied any text scriptures in the past, you know that there's so many different scriptures of all walks of scriptures that relate to the power of thought and the power of prayer and the healing power of prayer. Healing from an emotional, psychological, physical, spiritual, financial, etc. And I want to talk about that today. I think it's so incredibly important that we share the power of prayer. One of the most amazing interviews that I ever did on radio that had to do with prayer was that with a gentleman, Dr. Larry Dossey, who's an MD, and he wrote a book, Prayer is Good Medicine, and I highly recommend that you get it, especially for people that are skeptical of the power of prayer, non-believers that don't believe in prayer. Please read this book, and believers who believe in prayer, please read this book, because it is unbelievable. They did double-blind, placebo-controlled studies looking at everything from AIDS patients, groups that were prayed for and groups that weren't in recovery, open heart surgery patients, some groups were prayed for, others weren't, and the list goes on and on and on. And the end result was highly in favor of prayer. Prayer is good medicine, as the title of the book said. It is unbelievable. If you need a prayer, you can say it for yourself. If you need to pray, you can write your prayer directly to God, to your higher power. If you want, you can go on church websites. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to go on our website, talkdavid.com, and email me prayer requests. I would love to pray for you. I would love to pray for your family, no matter what you're going through. If you need prayer for a job, if you need prayer for self-forgiveness, to forgive yourself for something you did in the past. I've prayed for and had people come in and ask to pray for the fact that they had an abortion in the past. And we've prayed for them. They came and said, would you please help me pray for this? And absolutely. Pray for people to forgive others for hurting them in the past. It might be a past lover, a past partner, a past husband or wife, or a mother or father that they need to pray for. Prayer is powerful. Prayer is unbelievably powerful. In Matthew, it says that Jesus makes this quote and he goes, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am present. Meaning that, we can take it literally, saying where 2 people get together, the power of prayer, or 3 people get together, the power of prayer is amazing. But remember this, when you are praying directly to God, that's 2 people, in my humble opinion. In my own humble opinion, that means there's 2 where 2 are gathered. When you're talking to God and you're saying, I really want to ask you for your guidance here. I really want to know what to do here. I'm really not sure what to do. Could you help me? There's 2. Right there. If you pray to angels, maybe you pray to Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel. Maybe you have direct prayers that you pray to angels about. Maybe you pray to saints. Maybe you pray to our Mother, Blessed Virgin Mary. Maybe you pray to Mother Teresa. Think about it. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. That means that there's already 2 or 3 gathered, in my opinion. In other words, you can take it literally and say, I need to go to church and find someone to pray for. I need to join a prayer circle, which I highly recommend. Awesome stuff, right? I need to be involved with people in community to pray. You definitely can. But in my opinion, if you're calling upon God, an angel, a saint, if you're calling upon someone else, that they don't have to be physical, in my opinion, there's 2 or 3 or more are gathered. This is where miracles can occur. Prayer is so powerful. And I hope that you'll do that. And again, I'm going to repeat this because this is so important. If you need prayers said for you, if you don't have the clear path, you're not sure what path to go on, you're in indecision, you're on the fence, and you might need a prayer to decide to go forward in a relationship or to let the relationship go, or with a career driver. Maybe you don't have a job right now and you're praying for what direction. And one of the things that I feel a little uncomfortable about is when people get into prayer and they pray just strictly for money, or they pray just strictly for. In other words, if you keep it very self-centered prayer, some people believe we should do that. I think it needs to be balanced. In other words, Prayer can be about ourselves, helping us to survive, to thrive, to grow, to know what decisions to make. You know, in Proverbs, it's all about being wise, wisdom, right? The stories in Proverbs are incredible about wisdom, having the knowledge, and then taking the action. So people who just pray and sit back for money, no, you go and do God's work, you know. Whatever God's work is for you, go and do it. Be compassionate, be loving, be kind, be courteous to others. That's God's work. If you're out of work, do something to help others. Volunteer. You know, all of this is an important part of prayer. Prayer is not a one-sided equation, baby. Can I get an amen? It's not one-sided. It's got to be based by some kind of action. Pray for others. Get involved. Write a list of people that need your prayers as well. Like, don't get into this self-centered praying. In my opinion, I don't think that that's the healthiest place to go. Pray for yourself, absolutely. And then pray for others. Think of others. If you don't know anyone that needs your prayers, which I think is kind of hard unless you're secluded and you're living by yourself and you're not going out or you're not reading the news, pray for those in war, that peace comes to them. Pray for those in hospitals, that they feel the light of God. Pray for those in nursing homes, that they feel the love of God. Pray for those who are struggling with addictions, that they feel the love of God and they get help. Pray, pray, pray for others as well as yourself. And again, I'm going to remind you, I would love to pray for you. Go to talkdavid.com. talkdavid.com. Send me an email saying, could you please pray for this condition or that condition? And if you know someone else that needs a prayer, put their name in there as well. And say, and also please pray for my friend, my wife, my whatever it might be. Okay, so let's get involved with this. Let's get involved actively with prayer. And if your congregation is in need, maybe you've been praying for a minister. Well, I'm a traveling minister, all-faith traveling minister, so I can fit into almost every congregation you can imagine. If your congregation needs a minister to fill in, let me know, and I can help you there, and maybe we'll be doing prayer circles together, okay? Thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and remember, pray. Pray, pray for yourself and others. I'll look forward to talking to you again soon. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye now.